Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of HRD 600, Facilitating Adult Learning. So in Module 2, which we are starting on Monday, today is September 29th, and then tomorrow, Monday, September 30th, starts week number 5 and/or Module number 2. So today I'll just give an overview of where we're going in this module, get into some of the specifics about what to do this week, and then some general comments about upcoming events, including our facilitation that we have coming up in October. So let's get right to it. So as you can see from the title, Facilitating Learning and Vulnerability, please read through this information here. I have to say some of this, like the video, some of this comes from Emily McRobbie. Emily and I are colleagues. You may have had Emily for mindfulness or some other classes. But what she wrote in here is very applicable to this course, but it's also applicable to my experience. The vulnerability, that's hard to say, it comes from, to me, a certain amount of reflection that is important when you're facilitating other people's learning. And to give you an idea of what I mean by this, for years I've been leading adult learning workshops beyond the confines of the USM. And, I've been around the country leading these workshops. I've spent a tremendous amount of time in the state educating natural resource professionals and others. It could be nursing groups. It could be, I've done quite a bit with some hospitals, because as you can imagine, people working in hospital settings are, they do a tremendous amount of teaching and facilitating adult learning. When there was a team of us in Maine that would put together these workshops, we'd go around, we would put them on, and afterwards, we usually had a 2 to 3 hour ride somewhere else. It could be a ride over to Vermont, New Hampshire, or in the state. For those of you that know Maine, you can go from Sanford to Fort Kent, and it's close to a 5-hour ride from southern Maine to northern Maine. So what we would do, we'd finish a workshop, especially when we were on, so to speak, a tour, and we would talk. We would talk for probably 2 hours about the actual workshop, and it was a safe environment. The people that did it were all, to me, seekers of wanting to do better, and we were very frank with what we would say to each other, including ourselves. And there were times that I would think maybe, or I would think, boy, I blew it. I wish I had not done this, or I did a great job with this aspect, but I really lost everybody when I moved on from there. And my colleagues were quick to jump on the bandwagon also and say, yeah, it's okay what you did there, but have you thought about doing it this way? And that's what I think when I first started teaching this course, I saw that word. What does it mean to be vulnerable? And I think what it means to me is you are willing to be open. You're willing to critique yourself, reflect upon what you did, and that's really, give yourself permission to do that. It doesn't mean that anybody else saw it that way, but it's, to me, every workshop, every class I do is a constant kind of self-appraisal, and also in the case of USM, you get formal appraisal. So it's hard to it's hard to lie to yourself when you're seeing what students are thinking that you are doing. So I never take it as somebody slamming me. I take it as an opportunity for improvement. And believe me, I consider myself a student of facilitation and teaching. So please take a look at where we're going this week. I think it's spelled out very well for us. Let me click on the button. Come on. Not sure. Okay, here we go. The video that I'm recording right now will be posted in a few minutes. Let's come down here And once again, a little more information about what it is we're going to do. Course-related goals. This ties with the syllabus, which actually ties with this thing called a blueprint, which is when the course was designed, a blueprint goes through the course goals and objectives. And all of these, for this week, we will be developing skills in conducting a lecture presentation, increase knowledge of the issues related to both content and process of facilitation. So this ties with the course goals. So what would I like you to do? The invitation. Watch a video, a TED Talk, wonderful. And you know, for those that have reached out to me early in the week, usually saying, oh, by the way, that's not working. I double check this, so if there's something not working this week, I do apologize. You know, I'm using a new computer here, so it shouldn't find the save video that I have on my computer. But if something isn't working, one of the links isn't working, please shoot me an email right away. So, wonderful TED Talk by Brene Brown, which is somebody that I follow quite a bit. The Power of Vulnerability. Read the article. Parker Palmer. Parker is somebody that I've actually studied with, I've done workshops with, and one of my absolute favorite authors, researchers. Some might say his research isn't hard research, so to speak, but it is powerful. It doesn't mean that what he does is any less powerful than the most detailed quantitative study that's been done. So he speaks to me. He also is the head of the Center for Courage and Renewal. And this ties with the topic in this week. So finish reading chapters 1 through 6. Read the electronic reserves. And as you know, the electronic reserves are working now. In this week, we have 2 facilitators. We have Julie and Shanti. And I'd like to say thank you to last week's facilitators, Krista and Sarah, for the excellent job that they did. The discussions last week were fabulous, as was their participation as the discussion leaders. So keep up the good work for Krista and Sarah. Please do your self-evaluation. You can find that in last week. You can find it this week. If you can't find that, let me know. But once again, that's your assignment the week after you actually facilitate the online discussion. For our facilitators, we don't have any peer facilitators in week number 6, but in week number 7, which is a couple weeks off, I will send advance information out next weekend for those that will be peer facilitating in week number 7. So, also, you can start preparing for your facilitation coming up, which doesn't happen for a couple more weeks, so don't worry about it. But I will, there's more information on this, including this week I will send out a doodle poll, or really it's more a doodle sheet where you can sign up for what rotation you want, meaning do you want to be first or do you want to be second in the class? And we're going to be doing, I say in here, prepare facilitation for 20 minutes. We will be holding, or I will be holding everybody to 20 minutes. So I say 20, 25 minutes, but it's going to be 20 minutes. So you will be signing up for 25-minute blocks. So we have a little bit of opportunity to maybe say a couple of things after your facilitation, and we'll leave it at that. So in the my Google Drive, I'll send you the link this week, and you can sign up for whatever slot you want, the first or the last. I think I know this class well enough, and I'm pretty sure I know who's going to be first or who's going to want to be first in this class. So either way, that will be coming this week. Okay, and let me go back, being that my arrows seem to be slow. Coming back, there is a discussion post this week in lowering anxiety, increasing creativity. The facilitators this week we have Julie, and we have Shawnee. So that is it for the week. I hope you have a fabulous week. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm here to help. And keep up the great work in this class. I am very impressed. I love this size class to start off with. And everybody, you know, it may have been a little review on a weekly basis because a lot of you have had some of these ideas and concepts in other classes that you've taken with me or in the program. But thank you. Thank you for your due diligence, and we'll see everybody online. Bye, everybody.